Hi folks, coming to you from Be Human Period YouTube. This is a YouTube exclusive because the TikTok is only a 10-minute video. However, this may be the most disturbing video I have made yet to date, involving a very corrupt individual. This is what petitioncorruption.info is all about. So this involves Calvin Conrad, a con artist, petitioner, sub coordinator, sellout, and ripoff. He's not trustworthy in any way. Anyway, let's start with what happened just recently with Calvin Conrad. After I was almost arrested a bunch of times doing some protests, my van got stolen by my mechanic, Johnny at Twins Automotive in Roanoke Park, and then the towing company basically wouldn't release it. And I was basically wrongfully arrested, and then they put me into the mental hospital, where the mental hospital abused me. Gave me so much drugs. I was strung out on drugs, couldn't sleep for weeks afterwards. I was withdrawing on drugs, had to go check myself into the ER, and then I was going to go to rehab. But instead, I contacted Cindy Bogart, my faithful friend and witness to extortion and all this stuff that I'm telling you about. I picked her up in the Bay Area and drove up. We went to Costco in Solano. Did a protest for California Forever, where the Chinese are trying to build a huge billionaire super mega city outside of Travis Air Force Base. That's on the 2024 November ballot. Please vote no on that. It will destroy Northern California, possibly burn it all up. I'm not sure. That's what I heard, but definitely going to destroy nature and stuff. But anyway, my good old buddy, Calvin Conrad, who has been dying since the day I met him and should be dead from severe health problems. He's always dying. I don't know why on God's green earth he is still alive, breathing air. I don't know what purpose he serves. But anyway, he invited me up to his cabin at Twin Lakes in Washington, about 50 miles from the border of Canada. First, I met him at his family's house, his farmhouse. He said, "Oh yeah, there's houses on our farm. We've got 100 acres. We got shotguns. We got all kinds of cows." And I thought maybe we could have some nice family dinners, milk the cows. Cindy likes animals. I told her she could milk the cows, maybe get a job on the farm. We could live, at the log cabin at the lake. I thought there was all kinds of options. We were going to escape California and never come back. Maybe go to Canada. Who knows? Calvin Conrad even said he would sneak me over to the border of Canada. But, try to get out of California forever. Oddly enough. That's what the campaign in Solano County is called. But anyway, so Calvin Conrad invited us up there. We got there, and his family's farm is right outside the Amazon warehouse, and his family didn't even invite us in. We didn't have dinner. We couldn't meet his mom. He said all his family just got out of prison, and we don't want to talk to them. His son was in jail for domestic violence for like the second or third time, maybe going to prison. I think his son is also called Calvin Conrad Jr. I mean, Calvin Conrad Jr. is a nice guy. Just, being raised around that criminal family, I really feel bad for him. But anyway, we couldn't go to the bathroom. We couldn't take showers. We couldn't do nothing. We literally had to just leave the farm. And we actually left the farm, and Calvin wasn't even coming with us for some odd reason. And then he said he was going to bring a bunch of steaks, and from the cows they have free steaks and free food and fishing poles and all that stuff. Well, Calvin gathered up a whole large bag of crap and his laptop case and got in the van. Did not bring any fishing gear or stakes as promised. Oh well, so much for that. So we drove all the way 2.5 hours to Twin Lakes to the log cabin. Well, we got there with no food, and we really didn't have any money. So, I mean, it was screwed to begin with. And turns out Calvin Conrad, because he's such a drunk, unreliable alcoholic, and, you know, his mom and dad knows it, he didn't even have keys to the log cabin, which supposedly had a nice sound system and a big screen TV and a shower and all this stuff. We had to either sleep on the forest floor under the trees or sleep in my van. And I set Calvin Conrad up with a nice half-body tent, a blanket, and some pillows so he could sleep on a cement slab. Well, I had bought lighter fluid and everything. We were going to grill. We ended up just having a fire with no meat. And then Calvin Conrad conned Cindy into buying beer and food and cigarettes for him and said his mom was going to pay back every penny, and they're so rich and they own this farm and they have 2 smoke shops over in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, because they're escaping Washington State and the taxes and all the stuff that they don't like in Washington State. So they just go over there and sell all these flavored vape products, and they get millions of dollars and all this stuff, and he's going to pay back Cindy Bogart. Well, the thing is Cindy Bogart paid for all my gas to get up there and all the food and all everything, and she's a poor immigrant from Amsterdam, and that was the last of her savings that she had saved. Her father gave her early inheritance before he died, and I mean, it was all just one big massive con job. And we ended up having to buy a bar of soap and some cheap food at the grocery store, and we took baths in the lake, and I mean, it was absolutely insane. I mean, but anyway, so we had to leave because there was no showers and nowhere to stay and nowhere to start a life. So we went back to California, you know, pissed off, and it cost Cindy Bogart over $2,000 to just take a trip up there, and we only were there for like 3 or 4 days, and neither one of us had the money just to go say hi to Calvin con artist. So anyway, and he, you know, when we left, it's on my YouTube channel. I got his mom at their trailer on the farm to say her phone number out loud so I could contact her and tell her what a terrible son and alcoholic he is, and what a lying con artist. And I called her, and she won't talk to me, obviously. I mean, they're just a criminal family. And, you know, birds of a feather flock together. And when Cindy and I were leaving, she asked to go to the bathroom. She wanted to take a shower. They weren't going to let her take a shower. She went to the bathroom. She said the bathtub and the bathroom was so full of shit and dirt and mold that she couldn't wait to escape. I mean, this is just, you know, this is what these people are, and it's quite unfortunate. But anyway, back to the corruption of Calvin Conrad. He has done many shady things to many petitioners since I've known him. I mean, he basically just sits on his ass and people call him up, and since he knows a bunch of petitioners, he gets paid to convince petitioners to come on jobs that they may not want to come on, but he convinces them into it. And, you know, sometimes the pay is not great at all, but he gets paid overrides and bonuses to ship people out to states. You know, he's like a recruiter, a shady recruiter. And so, you know, that's what he does. And I mean, he basically has been paid off by Mark Jacoby a couple of times. He went and was a petition coordinator on the Ohio Energy Campaign for the Good Side, the real petition that was going on the ballot. He was hooking everybody up with hotels and rental cars and, you know, trying to get something real on the ballot. And that's where he invited Weston Mickey and David Bruce to come on that, and they got him hotels, an expensive Charger rental car for $800, which is like a scam that Weston Mickey conned Calvin Conrad. How crazy is that? So anyway, Weston stayed around got free hotels for like 3 or 4 days and a rental car, didn't do any work. And then Mark Jacoby bought out Weston Mickey and David Bruce, and they left Calvin Conrad to pay the bill. So he really, Calvin Conrad's been upset about that for a very long time at Weston Mickey, and Calvin Conrad is a witness to Weston Mickey threatening me and extorting me. And Calvin Conrad's actually from Butte County, where Weston Mickey lives, and a lot of Calvin Conrad's family lost their homes in the fire in Paradise. So Calvin Conrad has always wanted to pay Weston a visit to talk to him about why Weston's such a piece of shit, and Calvin Conrad, so on that Ohio job. But anyway, Calvin Conrad also got bought out on that Ohio job, left a bunch of petitioners stranded, picked up shop, and just went home with like $50,000 or $100,000 or whatever he did. And that wasn't the only campaign that Calvin Conrad got bought off and left petitioners stranded. He also did it in Florida when Mark Jacoby was trying to block some kind of campaign in Florida. Calvin Conrad called me from his nice beach resort hotel and said he didn't have to work anymore and everything was free and he was getting like $50,000 and all this, so this is just what they do. This is how it goes. It's crooked, it's corrupt, and I've tried to be Mark Jacoby's friend. I've worked for him. He's always paid me and been good to me for real, actual petitioning, and he knows I'm one of the best. Unfortunately, Mark Jacoby never picks up the phone for me, but he conspires with Weston Mickey for some reason and gives Weston Mickey money for doing nothing. I don't know what they have going on, but just like doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Calvin Conrad is the epitome of corruption in the petition industry. Why it just all really needs to be destroyed, the whole way things are run in this nation. I mean, anyway, folks, I don't know what else to tell you. If you want the farm address to go talk to Calvin Conrad's mom to say this is not right, ripping off a Amsterdam citizen. I mean, she's actually from Amsterdam, but she's a permanent resident here in America with a green card. And she's been in America for like 25 years. And, she wants to become an American citizen, pay taxes, get a good job. I mean, I've been, traveling with her, over 30,000 miles around the United States so far on my last campaigns before I retired and became too disabled to work. I kept her safe, and things kind of fell apart, and I couldn't find anybody to help her, couldn't find anywhere for her to go. I thought, Calvin Conrad's family might help her out, but no, it was just another stupid idea. But, if you guys care about this and want to do something about it, let me know. I'll be posting Calvin Conrad's number and his mom's number soon in the comments below. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Be human, period, folks. It's not about the money. It's not about politics, religion, race, gender, corporations, anything. It's about be human, period. We're all on planet Earth. We all have to survive together, live together. We need to be a community and help each other out. Thanks for watching.